All right, everybody. Good evening. How are you this evening? I hope you're doing well. Give me a moment as I get myself all ready and set up. It won't take me very long. I do a quick share out to my Facebook fans and followers. Doesn't take me long. Excuse me. So come on in. It won't take me but a second. I'm just doing a quick. This doesn't take long at all. And there we go. There's one. And come on. Do, 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 do. And let's do share out number 2. And then I have one more, and then I'll be done. And share out number 3. And there we go. All right, everybody. Hello. How are you doing today? I hope well. Another beautiful day in paradise, and I'm feeling good. I hope you are too. I have been busy today. Went and got my back taken care of, chiropractor, and now I'm just relaxing. I'm thinking about all the things that are going on and how everybody right now is uptight, upset, negative. And I think it's time to take on that negative. As always, you need to let it, you need to let it go. It affects your sleep. There is a lot out there that affects your sleep. I forgot to do something. I need to let some people specifically know that I'm live. Give me half a second. And let me see. Um, hmm. And I guess I need to go to there. Give me half a second. Come on in. Again, I'm doing this because I want to help. Negativity is probably the hardest thing to deal with in life. Not just your own negativity, but other people's negativity. Their willingness to be negative towards you. It's not fun. It's it makes life very hard to deal with sometimes. In fact, it makes life hard to deal with all the time. People are always willing to interfere with your life. And I don't think that's fair. I think you should have control or take charge of your life. To me, that's more important. Yes, Echo, I know. Mommy changed the curtains. So in the fact that other people interfere with you and you interfere with you, people don't realize you actually can sabotage yourself. I think we need to work on getting rid of the negatives that you do to yourself when you don't help yourself maybe the way you should. It can be harmful. to you just as much as if you let other people interfere with you. So, excuse me, as I always say, let's start off by getting comfortable. Tonight, make sure that you are comfortable. You're supporting your back. No, 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 no. Excuse me. It's like a child sometimes. I apologize. There are a lot of people that don't understand. Getting comfortable is important when you meditate. You see me right now. I've got my back actually against a lazy boy. I have a green screen in between me and the lazy boy. And that helps me relax. A lot of meditation gurus will say, hey, you're supposed to sit up and prop your back up. Tell you what. That's a nice thought. But I don't agree with it. If you're not comfortable, you're not going to meditate as well as you could. And that doesn't work. So, the idea, and I have a little boy playing with me at the moment, is to get comfortable, to put your back up against something so that you can relax when you meditate. When you close your eyes, you're not sitting forward. You're not trying to keep your back straight. Let what you're sitting against do that for you. That's my advice. Okay? All right. So let's sit back, relax. Take a deep breath. And tonight we're going to work on you creating your own negativity on your own self. And you may sit there and say, well, I don't do that. Well, if you know the news is going to upset you and you watch it, you're doing that. If you allow someone to get to you and you know that they're that way, again, you're allowing it. This is me telling you, recognize things for what they are. If you're negative or you allow yourself to do things that cause your negativity, knowingly or unknowingly, it's time you start recognizing that. The news can be angering, upsetting. And watching it, you do have to keep up to date on things, but it doesn't mean you have to watch it to the point where you're ready to start breaking things. You don't have to watch it to the point where it actually makes you lose your happiness, lose your hope. That's not a good thing. Okay? So, sit back, relax, take another deep breath. And let's talk about letting go of energy. And that way we're going to do that is you're going to allow yourself to put down roots or lines into the ground. The way to do that is to push them through your hand, down into the ground. You can put lines past the floors below those, down past the foundation of where you are, down into the ground. You can do that with your feet. You can do that with your butt. Put those lines down, those roots down into the ground. Just visualize lines going down, straight down. That's what I'm talking about. Being able to understand that you are allowed to feel happy and okay is important. So let that negative that you have allowed yourself to create go down into those lines or roots that you just made and go down into the earth now. All the people that are around you, you yourself can do your worst damage. Allow yourself to let go of the tensions that you have created by watching things that you know anger you, or listening to people that are just trying to hurt you, to shame you, to make you feel small. Let that energy go down into the ground. And let any forgotten energy about that join the flow down into the ground. And let any suppressed energy about that join the flow down into the ground. And let any negated energy about that join the energy down into the ground. You are allowed to think positive thoughts. Everybody is always trying to influence you. And sometimes you let them because you're told it's urgent, or it's special, or it's breaking news, or it's happening now. They're always trying to make you feel like you aren't paying attention. Therefore, you pay attention more than you want to. And let that feeling of being overwhelmed by being told what to think join the flow down into the ground. And let any forgotten energy about being told what to think and feel and how that overwhelms you, and let that feeling join the flow down into the ground. And let any suppressed feeling, I correct myself, let any suppressed energy about that join the flow down into the ground. And let any negated energy about that join the flow down into the ground. No matter what you watch anymore, no matter what you hear anymore, everybody's trying to surprise you. Everybody's trying to pull at your heart, your feelings, your emotions, trying to make you emotional one way or another and convince you that they are right, that they know what's going on. Let that feeling of being manipulated, let that energy go down into the ground. And let any forgotten energy about feeling manipulated join the flow down into the ground. And let any suppressed energy about feeling manipulated join the flow down into the ground. And let any negated energy about feeling manipulated join the flow down into the ground. You are capable of thinking for yourself. You are capable of understanding for yourself. Let that energy of being convinced that you aren't capable join the flow down into the ground. And let any forgotten energy about being convinced that you aren't capable join the flow down into the ground. And let any suppressed energy about feeling that you are not capable join the flow down into the ground. And let any negated energy about feeling that you are not capable join the flow down into the ground. You are capable. You are capable of understanding. And yet you have allowed others to convince you that you aren't. Let all that energy go. You are capable of thinking for yourself. Let all that negative energy that tells you otherwise join the flow down into the ground. You are okay. And you are smart. You are brilliant. You have the ability to think. Allow yourself to think. If you need to turn off the TV, or I correct myself, if you need to turn off the news, do so. You will not miss out on anything, even when others tell you you will. And let any negative about others telling you that you are missing out if you are not always watching and paying attention join the flow down into the ground. It's funny how sometimes watching the news becomes an addiction, because you're told that if you don't, you'll miss out. And if you miss out, then what's next? And what did you miss? The news media social media, they all do that. They all make you feel like you have to be watching at all times. You have to be listening at all times. Then the question becomes, when do you allow yourself peace and quiet? When do you allow your mind to process if you're always looking for more things? That becomes a problem. It's a reason a lot of people don't sleep, because there's electronics constantly buzzing in their ears. And those electronics buzz constantly. So when you don't listen, they're still buzzing because your brain's processing. Process. Allow your brain to process now and let go of the negatives that won't let your brain and your mind and yourself shut down to sleep. You will be okay. Allow the negatives to go down into the ground. Allow all the feelings that you're missing out if you don't watch or listen. Join the flow down into the ground. When you watch news, you can almost hear it in your head. Choo, choo, choo. Breaking news, breaking news. Special report, special report. They have to constantly say it, or you won't pay attention. Let go of that negative. Let that go down into the ground. Life used to be where you could just enjoy life and love. Politics was a once in a while thing. You were more just concerned about getting on with your daily living. And now everybody wants you to worry about things that are always going on. Let that let that energy about worrying about everything join the flow down into the ground. And let any forgotten energy about worrying about everything join the flow down into the ground. And let any suppressed energy about worrying about everything join the flow down into the ground. And let any negated energy about worrying about everything join the flow down into the ground. Let any energy about you allowing yourself to become manipulated, to worry about everything. And let all that join the flow down into the ground. It used to be all you had to think about was getting up, going to work, putting in your day's work, and going home, getting some chores done, eating, and loving, and then going to sleep. Now, people are trying to make you focus on everything constantly to the point where it overwhelms you. Let that overwhelming feeling join the flow down into the ground. And let any forgotten energy about that overwhelming feeling join the flow down into the ground. And let any suppressed energy about that overwhelming feeling join the flow down into the ground. And let any negated energy about that overwhelming feeling join the flow down into the ground. You will be okay. You have the right to care about your life. You have the right to care about you and your responsibilities. No matter what others say, you have that right. And no matter what you tell yourself, you have the right to be in charge of you. Your life, your jobs, your love, your existence. Let any remaining negative energy from this session join the flow down into the ground. Once that energy has gone all of it down into the ground, stop the flow to your roots that are going down into the ground. And allow you to pull your roots, or your line back up into you. And allow yourself to be quiet. No alerts, no news, no special. You gotta pay attention. Just you. Let yourself be quiet. You will be okay. You will be just fine. Read a book. Listen to a book. Watch a movie that you like. Watch a television series that you like. Play a board game. Talk to your significant other about happiness, about what you love, because you deserve to think about that. If you've liked what you've heard tonight, please like, share, and subscribe so that others can find quiet who, like you, want that. If you know of anybody who could benefit from guided meditation that I offer, please let them know about me. I would appreciate it. I don't like plugging myself. I don't like telling people. But I want people to know so I can help them. Now slowly open your eyes and allow the brilliance of having been quiet be there. You are okay. You will sleep just fine. Not because I say so. Because you know how to sleep well. All right, everybody. Again, thank you. And again, please, if you like what you heard tonight, please hit the like button. Share if you don't mind. And subscribe if you want to be notified when I go live. I'm here for you. If you need to talk, if you want more help with meditations, if you want to go deeper into your spiritual side, let me know. All right. I love all of you. You get some good rest, and as I always say, keep it simple. Keep it real. And remember to smile, because you just don't know who you're going to help, including your own self. I love you all.